Greetings, travelers, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Fire Emblem Three Houses presented by Draco Breach. And it looks like today's going to be another one of those support days. Well, we'll see how far we get, because, well, supports are a very important part of Fire Emblem. And I do not want to skip out on this.
Lady Edelgard, what can I do for you?
I appreciate all the effort you're making to overcome your fear of me. Your dedication is commendable. However,
I'm just getting in your way, aren't I? Knew it, Bernie. You're just an intruder. Nobody wants you around. Stupid. Oh.
Bernadette,
Yes?
the problem you keep running into is that you don't listen to what people are really saying. That's why your efforts are in vain. You need to listen instead of jumping to your own conclusions.
Absolutely correct. Oh, is auto advance on?
Are you
Yes, it is.
listening to me?
Yes?
Then why aren't you responding?
I wanted to listen until you were finished. Sorry. Were you finished then?
I was.
Then may I please scream now?
By all means. But please try to make it a fairly quiet one.
Just a tiny one.
The look on Edelgard's face.
Wait, what was I upset about again? That's weird. I forgot why I was about to scream, and now I don't even need to. What a nice feeling.
And I hit advance on my own anyway.
You're trying your best. I know that. But even so,
But what? What did I do this time? I'm so sorry. Whatever it is, I'll go to my room and never bother you again.
wait, you didn't let me finish. I was only going to say that.
Yeah, that's about Bernadetta's speed right there. But getting more supports is always good. Is she
You're
still
in
going
high
on
spirits
about
today, Dorothea.
that opera that she's trying to make for Edelgard?
Yes. I have met someone quite charming recently. I'm hoping we can spend more time together soon.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. I wish I had some advice to offer. Alas, I do not.
Don't worry too much about it, Adie. I guess romance isn't really something you're interested in anyway.
I'm not completely disinterested.
Oh yeah? Is there someone you have your eye on?
To be honest, there's nothing resembling romance in my life at present. It's not that I'm disinterested. I'm simply too busy with other endeavors. I have no time to spare for such things.
That's not surprising. You're not just any old noble after all. Anyone who has feelings for you, well, they're in for a pretty complicated life.
True. And I can't ignore the possibility that I may have to marry for political purposes. I doubt I'll ever have the opportunity for a passionate romance as long as I live.
That's no way to talk. You meet the right person and boom, you have passion to spare. Could be someone you've just met or someone you've known your whole life. There's no telling how life will go. Something could even spark between the two of us.
You and I. Now that is an entertaining thought. If such an exciting future is in store, I look forward to it.
Oh yeah? That's awfully sweet of you, Adie.
The only way that I see that happening in an empire is if Dorothea is a consort, because, like, the main person for Edelgard would have to be somebody who could help her have offspring. So, yeah, that's... Really, I can get an A rank? Or is that... Okay.
Caspar, I have been waiting.
Ferdinand. Waiting for what?
I am going to give you a lesson on the righteous path of the
Oh
noble.
dear.
Righteous path. What? You have a problem with my path now? You think you're more righteous than me?
That remains to be seen. I heard you stopped a robbery in town the other day. Some despicable thief was robbing an elderly shopkeeper. Rumor has it you didn't wreak as much havoc as usual.
Hey now, I think you're underestimating me here. When the thief showed up, the old shopkeeper was so scared that he could barely stand. I didn't want the guy to pass out, so I had to stay calm while handling the situation. Rather than fighting, I gave my own money to the thief and told him to get out of there. Or else.
How, magnanimous of you.
The thief fell for it and left the shop. That's when I chased him down. I got my money back and gave that thief a good beating. He won't be back here anytime soon.
Ah, so you walloped the scoundrel. That does sound like you. I am finding this story more plausible. Nevertheless, I think...
Hold on. Now it's your turn. I heard a very interesting story about you recently.
My turn, eh? Let's hear this story then.
The way I heard it, you punched a foreign soldier right in the middle of town.
Stop. I know what you are getting at. But you have the wrong idea.
Let's hear your version then.
I had been browsing for weapons at a rundown stall. Suddenly, a man seized the stall's owner and started dragging him away. Someone with a less generous spirit might say the peddler had it coming. His wares were quite inferior after all. But without a moment's hesitation, I leapt to his aid and soundly defeated the goon.
Well done. Sounds exciting.
It was nothing, really. Anyway, the old shopkeeper let me in on the details. He said that he was a novice trader, tricked by a noble into selling low-quality goods. That ruse was about to come to light, so the noble had sent a mercenary to keep the shopkeeper silent.
So that's what really happened. I just heard you snapped and attacked some noble servant. I figured it was worth asking about.
Well, I won't deny it. I forgot my rank for a moment and let my instincts take over.
Is there something wrong with that? It sounds a little like something I would do.
And your, gentle approach to handling that robbery. That sounds like something I might do. You
They're rubbing
were
off on
by
each
your
other.
impulses. You kept a cool head. For the most part.
I think we're starting to rub off on each other.
Oh, geesh. I just said that.
Always looking for a way to defend justice and to lift each other up.
Partners in justice, eh? Well now, that I can agree to.
How do they only get a B rank? This sounds like it could easily advance into an A rank. That is so... I want to see that grow. Oh my goodness. How does Linhardt have more potential with Caspar? And by the way, I apologize for that loud noise. I have no idea what it was.
Why am I having so much trouble fighting these tall guys? They're not even stronger than me. You've got to help me come up with a strategy, Linhardt.
Is that not a waste of time?
Like I was saying, Tales of Symphonia, you might want to get advice from, oh wow. Name eluding me right now. But, you know, shortest character in the game, and, she wins fights because nobody can touch her.
Even if I handed you a perfect strategy, something I've done in the past, you'd never follow it through.
That's because your plans are always so complicated. But come on, I need your help.
All right, I will share with you my tactical genius. I call this my secret plan.
You already have a plan? You really are ready for anything. So, what is it?
Go to sleep.
Land the first hit. Then keep hitting them hard and fast as you can until they stop hitting you back.
So, you're basically telling me to just... fight?
Dodge their attacks, keep up the assault, then go for the knees. Done.
The secret is the knees?
Being tall means short people are closer to your knees. Exploit the enemy's weakness
Especially if you
fast
can get
forward.
behind them.
Makes
Kick the
sense.
back of their
That
knees and
doesn't
they
sound like my
buckle.
style, though. I don't really want to exploit a weakness.
Then go ahead and continue losing. Or you can listen to the rest of my plan.
There's more? Fine. Tell me the rest.
Your defense is careless. The last bit of my secret is that you need to train in that area.
I won't argue with training. Let's go.
No, I don't think we should...
Come on. You've even got that height advantage you're always going on about. You're the perfect training partner for me. quit stalling, let's go.
Linhardt is not exactly strong in
Fine. I'll train
weapons,
you, but
though.
only for a bit.
All right, Linhardt, come at me again.
Gaspar, please. I need water. I need water. I'm gonna go get some. Bye.
Huh? Hey, get back here. He got away.
Who would be good for teaching him defense? Ferdinand, maybe? That's hilarious. I'm going right back to Ferdinand and Caspar's relationship. They are... I mean, they sound like good buddies. But their good buddy is not allowed to advance beyond B. I'm gonna be mad about that for a while. I'm sorry. Because I liked that last interaction and nothing else is going to come of it.
A little more crimson, maybe?
May I suggest vermilion instead?
Vermilion? I know, I see it. You don't have to say it. I've got no talent at all.
I said nothing about your talent. I simply suggested vermilion over crimson. Do you know vermilion? It's just a softer shade of crimson. I believe it would... Oh, forget it. This is your artistic vision and I am but a meddler. I am going to read my book and leave you to your art.
No, it's fine. Say what you want to say. It's good advice. I'll use vermilion. Thank you.
Well, I'd best be heading back.
Phew! Finally done! I think.
All finished?
Please, don't look at it!
Everything looks a bit faded, doesn't it? Ironically, crimson may have been a better choice after all. The sense of distance on the petals is a little strange. Perhaps you should pay closer attention to such details as you paint. A preliminary sketch would do wonders. Still, forget my pedantic comments. You really do have potential.
Is she gonna cry? Or is she gonna yell?
Idiot! Hopeless! Waste of charm! Just burn the whole thing, Bernie! Break your stupid brushes and never paint again!
Both.
Perhaps I should have kept my thoughts to myself.
Oh, I am way too entertained by support conversations. This is one thing that I've always loved about Fire Emblem, though, is just these.
I have been waiting for much time. Please, watch me.
Watch what, Petra? Whoa! Be careful with that spear!
How did you find that? I did more training.
Ah, you took my advice then. I will say, the problematic maneuver seems improved at least.
At least? It is still no good?
The spear isn't really my area of expertise, but I've seen enough training to understand the mechanics. I believe I can use that understanding to further help you improve your spear work.
My spear work.
Right. As I said, when you lift up and stab down, the momentum is ruined. You're trying to swing like a giant. You're not a giant, so that's a problem. So allow the spear's own momentum to do more of the hard work for you.
Spear momentum.
The spear is heavy. When you lift it up high, loosen your grip a little.
At the top of my swing, loosen my grip. And then the weight will carry it down?
Precisely. When you put too much power into it, not only do you exhaust your grip, you tire yourself out. Got it? All that effort is taking its toll on me.
You are very clever. I wonder why you have hatred for training.
Because training is too much like fighting, and I'd really rather not fight. Also, I find training terribly dull. Anyway, good night.
He does not use his cleverness. It is a very big waste. I want you to use your power, Linhardt.
One thing that I don't know why I'm bringing this up now, but one thing I don't understand is why there aren't S ranks for anybody outside of Byleth. I think.
Aha, Lysithea. It's wrong to tease, yet I can hardly help myself. I know a secret. Your secret, in fact.
Oh wow, what is
I think
this?
you mean a baseless rumor. Why are you wasting your time? And mine, for that matter.
Well, it's a secret that could completely overturn what is considered common knowledge in Crest research.
Shut your mouth! Just... Let's go talk somewhere other than here. Okay, where did you hear about it?
There was a sort of accident in Professor Hanneman's room.
I should have figured. You haven't told anyone, have you?
Of course not. If someone else were to learn you have 2 crests, I might lose you as a test subject.
Wait, that isn't common.
Please stop talking so loudly. So what if I have 2 crests? If you insist on speaking of it, please do so quietly.
My intuition was correct. You do have 2 crests.
Wait, what? Did you just trick me?
He is clever
Is
like
such
that.
a strong word. I think of it as testing a hypothesis. The truth is, I simply made an educated guess.
Well, now that I've confirmed it for you, there's not much I can do.
I disagree. For example, you could tell me if you were born with them, or is the source magical? What does it feel like to use both crests at the same time? Is it pleasant, painful, euphoric?
Enough is enough! I am done talking about this. As though I'd speak of this to the likes of you.
I understand her desire for privacy, but to refuse my request for knowledge? Well, it's rude.
Invasion of privacy may be significantly more rude, honestly. Okay, I can't do any. Seriously, I'm about to top out her affinity with Dorothea and Petra. I'm a little sad there.
Vern. Oh no, what did I do this time? Did I offend you? Is this your revenge? No, not at all. I just want to talk. If you promise not to resort to violence, I'll do whatever you want. Vern, I've just been worried about you, that's all. When I said I was your friend, you ran away, saying something about your father. Remember? Vaguely?
Vaguely.
I know you've lived through some bad times. If you could tell me about it, maybe I could help? Oh, I don't know. Please. Your father's not here now. Whatever it is, you're
She
safe
did
to
tell
me.
Byleth about it, right?
All right. My parents told me never to befriend a commoner. They said commoners are scum.
Oh.
And that they'd crush any that tried to come near me. Hang on, scum? They called me... commoners. They called us scum? Yeah. But once, a long time ago, I did secretly make friends with one. A boy. When my father found out about it, he disappeared the very next day. I heard he was found beaten half to death. I never saw him again. Since then, I've been terrified of making friends with anyone. Commoners especially. I never knew that kind of thing really happened. You hear stories, sure, but... Oh, Vern, I'm so sorry.
Wow, I do not like Bernadetta's father.
I'm proud to be your commoner friend. Dorothea! Hey now, relax. There's nothing to bawl about. If your dad tried to beat me up, I'd return the favor and then some.
I believe her.
Return the favor? When I was in the opera, you better believe I had run-ins with the most wicked, terrible men. I survived kidnappings, attempted murders, all kinds of stuff. But you know what? I broke those guys' arms. Snap! It was a thank you for all the trouble they went through trying to hurt me. You were incredible, Dorothea. So, now that you know I can defend myself, can we be friends, Bern? All right. Yeah.
Why does the affinity stop there? Oh my goodness. I do not get why it's limited to
Dang.
B.
Really? There's no way I can do this. Goddess, why couldn't I have stayed in today?
Bernadetta, is this a trouble you are having? I heard that the duty to hunt is yours today.
The duties all got assigned while I was holed up in my room.
Do not be worrying. I can show you the way to hunt well.
Oh, okay then.
Bernadetta has great skill with the
When
bow,
you see a
so...
beast, you are thinking of it as an enemy. That is how prey thinks. You must think of the beasts as food. That is how the hunter thinks.
So it's not an enemy, it's food. But, how is it food when it's still alive?
Because
The
it's
vegetables
prey.
from the field. Those have life too. It is the same. You take a blade in your hand and take the lives of the vegetables. You cut their stalks and harvest without mercy. They do not scream, but you are still their killer.
Killer?
Fruit ripens and falls to the ground. The seeds sprout, and a new life is born. That is life's cycle. It has cruelty, yes, but you must end life to eat. You must be killing to be living.
Maybe, but I don't know if I want to be some kind of vegetable murderer.
It is the same for rabbits, deer, pheasants. The only difference being that they cannot cry out. You must do what you must do to be living in this world. It is your task.
A task. Yes, just a task. A completely mindless task.
Feel it. There, in the grass. Prey is moving, just like a vegetable in the wind. Give it an arrow, just like you would give a vegetable a blade. It is just your task.
Right. That makes sense. It's just like cutting a stem.
You are now a hunter. You have learned how to hunt.
I am? I have? Oh, good! What a relief.
Well, she has the
Understanding now.
basic
I can tell.
principles.
Great! Leave it to me. I'll hunt down my prey just like their vegetables.
I have belief in you.
Aw, thanks, Petra. I can do this. Make way for Huntmaster Bernie!
Suddenly
Have fun,
motivated.
Bernie.
Oh boy.
Ow! What? No! Stay back! I'm sorry, Mr. Rabbit. I didn't mean it! Why are you the one chasing me? Ow!
I mean, yeah, rabbits' teeth can be dangerous, but they don't. Okay, I'm. Because reasons. Nothing really for battle. Seminar's a good option to get people's motivation back up. I definitely need Lasithia's motivation up to get her sword skills up. Linhardt, I'd like to get Lance leveled up some more so that we can look at his master class. Caspar, I'd be more interested in raising Axe. He can do that pretty naturally. Dorothea, she'll probably be fine without. Yeah, because she's going towards Grimory, so that's fine. Bernadetta, let's get your bow up. Your lance is fine. You are going to be a pain to raise, but you have a while anyway. Seminar. What do I want to do? Wait, I want spears on Caspar, don't I? Wait, who... I don't have... Wait, where's... Interesting. Okay. That could be beneficial. Oh, geesh. I think I'll go with that. I mean, reason is not going to help most of the people here. But it is going to help.
I'm a quick study.
Got a grasp on this.
Dark Spike's tea, interesting. The Scythia, yeah, that's a benefit. That is definitely 100% a benefit. Wait, did I see motivation next to Byleth's picture? But what? That doesn't even make sense. After the instruction, I'm going to go ahead and end the episode. The Scythia. That did not help as much as I wanted it to. Dorothea.
I've grasped it. How... I appreciate... You're quite...
And one more there. And one here.
Everything went...
Bernadetta. Okay, I said I wanted to concentrate. Oh, that's close to a level up. I think she'll get it through through lesson plans. So let's go with bows. Oh well, that's fine. Petra. I need to raise bows for assassin.
You have my... One step...
Close counter will be beneficial. One more. No, neither one of them. Yeah. Please get a perfect good.
I'm getting it. Your praise is appreciated.
Yeah, let's continue with that.
That wasn't good.
Okay. Not goals. Group tasks. C and C. That sounds like a benefit. Let's see. Stable duty. C plus and C. I think... Yeah, that's going to be it. So, for the time being, this will be Draco Breach reporting out. God bless and safe travels.